Right, let's cut to the chase. Your writing is boring. I'm sorry, please don't click off the video, and I'm not saying you're boring, I'm saying your writing is boring. You're cool, but your writing is boring, and I'm not saying like just a little bit boring, I'm saying like turbo boring. But that's okay, that's why you're here. We're gonna change that in this video. If you don't know who I am, my name's Finley Godfrey the Great, if you will. I have 27,000 followers on Medium. I've been writing for 2.5 years. I've written over 650 something articles, and I've actually made money online writing. So I know I look a little bit unorthodox, but I do actually know what I'm talking about. So before fixing your boring writing, we first have to talk about why your writing is boring. The first reason is you don't care about what you're writing. And dear viewer, if you don't care, why the fuck should I? Don't you see how silly that is? The problem is, a lot of people who write boring things, this might be the case for you, are chasing what they think other people want. Maybe you're jumping on trends. Maybe you're writing about something stupid like crypto just because it's popular at the moment. Actually, I mean, at the time of recording this, crypto is in the toilet. Basically, you're seeing things that are working for other people, and you're trying to create your own Frankenstein version of it, just to try and capitalize on that success. Please do me a favor and stop. Stop this right now. This is not going anywhere good. The reason why this isn't going anywhere good is because you're not writing out of curiosity. You're not writing about something because you want to write about it. You're writing about it because you want to get something. And readers can sense your thirst levels. They know how thirsty you are based on the things you write. They're not stupid. The way you fix this is so simple and so easy. You just start writing about things you're interested in. Now that that's covered, let's talk about the next reason why your writing is as boring as moldy beetroot. And ironically, this is actually the root of the problem, so don't go anywhere yet. And the reason is, you're doing exactly what David Bowie told you not to do. You know who David Bowie is, right? One of the greatest artists of the 20th century. So if you're gonna go against something David Bowie advised, you know you're screwed. He always said, never play to the gallery. Or in this case, with writing online, never write to try and please an audience. But most people, and maybe you, that's all they're doing. You're writing with other people in mind. You're writing to try and get critical acclaim. You're writing to try and impress people. You're not writing what you want to say. You're not writing what you want to write about. And this, my dear viewer, this is how you completely kill your creativity forever. This is when your writing falls headfirst off a fucking cliff. Because when you're writing to an imaginary critic inside your own head, you're deluding yourself, and you're not going to produce your best work. Instead, you're going to be questioning every decision you make. Every corner you go past will be done with fear. Everything you write will be questioned. Will they like this? Ooh, what would they think of this? Would they approve of that? Stop it. Please, for the love of all that is good in this glorious world, stop it. There is no critic. There is no audience. There is only you and your mind. You cannot be creative with these conditions you've created. Free your mind. Become free from your thoughts and stop writing to please others. Now, I'm about to talk about one of the silliest mistakes writers make. What's crazy is, this mistake is so easily avoidable. It's actually mental that I have to even explain it. But before getting to that, we first need to talk about templates. Let me guess. You've written some content and it's going to flow in the exact same formula. Intro. Context. Tip 1. Tip 2. Listen, there's nothing wrong with following a template. There's nothing wrong with following a structure. The problem is when you become over-reliant on said structure. If you really think about writing was never meant to be something that you needed a template for. Sure, I mean, people use them now because they want to be as efficient as possible. But do you think Plato was thinking about templates when he was writing? Do you think Charles Dickens had like a clear story structure, a clear way of telling stories, and a very strict and rigid way to structure it? I doubt it, right? This is a very new thing, and frankly, a lot of this stuff, it takes away the joy of actually writing. There's nothing wrong with following a template. I use certain structures, I sometimes use templates. The problem is, when everything you write looks identical, you're gonna get the ChatGPT allegations. You can't avoid them. Because when you use the same template over and over again, verbatim, without injecting your own voice, without trying to change things up by adapting your style, without developing your own flow for how you want things to progress, everything you write just turns into a pile of boring slop. And I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear that, but it's just true, man. You need to loosen up a little bit. You need to try some new things. Use templates as maps, but as they say in spirituality, the map is not the territory. But believe it or not, this isn't the biggest mistake boring writers make. The biggest mistake is something so self-destructive, it's no wonder that millions of writers quit their dreams and go back to working their soul-crushing jobs. But before I reveal what that is, let's go over the avoidable mistake that most writers don't even know about. And that's this. Boring writing has no rhythm. They're like my dad listening to Led Zeppelin. My dad thinks he can drum, but he's got absolutely no sense of rhythm whatsoever. Like, if John Bonham could see it, he would turn in his grave. That's what boring writing is like. And this is what writing without rhythm sounds like. This is a sentence. This is another sentence. I will now say something. I hope you're still awake. Exterminate! 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 Do you see what the problem is? When you write like that, you're writing like a robot. And people don't want to read robots. They want to read people. More specifically, they want to read people who write like Mozart, who write like music. Your writing should feel alive, almost like it's its own entity. It should dance. It should breathe. It should sing. Writing isn't just data, it's not raw information. In order for you to get your point across properly, it's not enough to just give them the facts. If that's all it took, then everyone would read science research papers. But no one does because they're boring. If you want to get your point across, you need to do it with a little bit of oomph, if you know what I mean. A bit of razzle-dazzle. Sugar, spice, everything nice. All that stuff. You get what I mean. Do that, and I promise you your writing will immediately improve. But not if you avoid this next mistake. This is the big one. This is the one I mentioned earlier that kills so many budding writing careers. And it's so simple. Ignore your curiosity. Only focus on the numbers. As long as line go up, your PP go up. I'm sorry about that. That was very... Only focus on the numbers, only focus on the views, only focus on the metrics, only focus on the follower count, only focus on what brings in the most eyeballs and the most cash. If SEO is popping off, write about SEO. Who cares if you don't know diddly squat about it? It's popular, so I'ma write about it. I'ma make cash out of it. And who cares if it puts me asleep? I don't, I'ma be rich. Hell yeah. I want the followers. I want the moolah. I want it all. Fuck my curiosity. Do you see the problem here? If you've got more than a double-digit IQ, I'm sure you can. The problem is self-explanatory. So I'm gonna move on. Now for this next point, I need to tell you a quick story. A few years ago, a married couple were planning a trip to South America. It was their childhood dream. It was the only place they ever wanted to visit. But, naturally, life happens, right? They never felt ready. And there was always something happening that stopped them from going. They kept putting it off. They kept waiting. The car breaks down, so they need to take money out of the holiday fund to fix the car. Oh, there's a leaky roof. Oh, gotta take money out to fix the roof. But one day, everything changed. The wife got sick. And not just flu, like she got really sick. And just like that, any plans of going to South America vanished in an instant. All the husband cared about was taking care of his wife in the final years of her life. She died soon after, and they were never able to pursue their curiosities. If that story sounds familiar to you, it's because it is. It's from the film Up by Pixar. That's the beginning of the movie, and it teaches a very critical lesson. Not just in elite show, don't tell storytelling, but it also highlights something very deep about life. And that's this. You should never postpone your curiosity, because it will never wait for you. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this next one might sting a bit, but I'm here to tell you the truth. You know, I'm not here to give you painkillers, I'm here to give you the prescription, and that's this. Your writing is boring because your life is boring. And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not trying to make you feel insecure. I'm not trying to make you feel inadequate. I'm not saying you have to be living it up on yachts or driving supercars. I'm not saying that. And I know how it feels because I was in the exact same situation for a very long time. A time when I wasn't learning anything new. A time when I wasn't brave. I wasn't challenging myself. A time when I wasn't leaving my comfort zone and experiencing different things. I was allowing the darkness in my mind to quash my curiosity. And I'm telling you, if you're in this position right now, you have to change things. You have to be the one that takes the reins of your life, and you have to be the one that starts writing. Maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe your diet consists of crap, fake food that's destroying your ability to think. Maybe you're spending way too much time scrolling on social media or consuming things that aren't enriching your life. If you live like this, if your life is constantly plagued by distractions, don't expect to create anything of value. It's playing creation on hard mode, like extreme mode. And why do that when you can play it on easy mode? By just fixing some areas where you're lagging right now. Because the truth is, writing is not separate from you. It's part of you. It is a reflection of you. Writing is how you express yourself. And if you are not in an optimal state, your expression is not going to be optimal either. Your ability to express yourself is going to be compromised. In other words, your writing is your mind magnified. But if your mind is fucked, then your writing is in turn going to be shit. I'm sorry to put it in such crass ways, but I think that gets the point across quite clearly, doesn't it? Writing is an extension of your being. You can't be an amazing writer if every other area of your life is a total mess. It doesn't work like that. You are a system. Everything you do is interconnected. If you want to stop being a boring writer, follow these 3 steps. Fix your life, fix your mind, then fix your writing. It's much harder to do the latter if you don't do the former first. This is the real creative loophole that nobody talks about because they're oblivious to it. The entrepreneurs know about it, but writers just don't know about it. In essence, boring writing is not a writing problem. It's a you problem. It's a problem with the person. Charlie Morgan says it really well. He's an entrepreneur on YouTube, and he always says that there's no such thing as a business problem. There's only a personal problem manifesting in a business. And I think it's the same with writing. Your writing is just a mirror. It's reflecting back at you. If your writing has no personality, it's because you're not doing a good job of showing it. If your writing lacks conviction, it's because you lack confidence in yourself, in your own beliefs, in your own positions. If your writing has no humor, it's because you're taking yourself too seriously and you're not allowing yourself to have fun. And if your writing is flat, dull, and repetitive, it's because you're flat, dull, and repetitive. But don't worry, don't take all of this to heart because you can change. And I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad. That's not the point of this message. Seriously, I was in the exact same position as you a few years ago. You can stop caring about what other people think. You can prioritize your own unique curiosities over what's trending. You can start playing the game of writing online and have fun. And most importantly, you can easily stop being boring. If you want to make your writing magnetic, persuasive, compelling, all that good stuff, click the first link in the description. If you're serious about becoming a digital writer in 2025 and you want to start building an audience online as well as start making money as a writer, click the second link. And if you like this video, I think you'll like this next one where I'll show you how to become a top 1% writer in 6 to 12 months. I'll see you there. Bye bye.